Howdy. I'm Aidan, and I'll be your first teacher today.
The first thing we will look at is the structure of DNA. DNA is shaped like a double helix, and it is made up of 3 parts. The first 2 parts are the deoxyribose sugar and the phosphate. They make up the outer rungs, which we call the backbone. But if we look at a nucleotide, we can see that there is one more piece. That other piece is the nitrogenous base, and it is especially important. As you can see, there are 4 types: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. The order of the nitrogenous bases can determine whether you're a human or a goat, so it is very important.
What's up, hot stuff? I'm Samuel, and I'll be explaining the magical process of DNA replication. The first step is when an enzyme called helicase breaks the double helix in half. The site of DNA replication is called a replication fork because of the shape it makes when the DNA splits. The next step is when another enzyme, DNA polymerase, pairs free bases to the parental strands, creating a complementary strand. According to Chargaff's rule of base pairing, adenine will always pair with thymine, guanine will always pair with cytosine, and vice versa. Finally, the new double helices are joined back together by an enzyme called ligase. Isn't this a fun process?
Hello, I'm Will, and I'd like to tell you a thing or two about protein synthesis. Because DNA cannot leave the nucleus, the first thing you must do is make mRNA. This process is called transcription, and it is the first step in protein synthesis. After the DNA is unwound to be transcribed, RNA polymerase brings the corresponding RNA nucleotide bases together. The mRNA is then released and the DNA is zipped back up. Then begins the process of translation. The new mRNA strand is then brought to the ribosome, and codons, series of 3 bases, are translated into amino acids. The mRNA moves along the chain, and the process is repeated with all the codons. The process is completed with all codons, and on until a polypeptide is formed.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something.